remember I got home from church one day. This is like, I'm like beginning of August. I'm like, damn, how am I about to get here? This is not happening. I was starting to, panic, all that. I get a call from the agent that I was talking to. I get home from church. The second, I'm not even gassing it. Not gassing it. The second that I turn the car off, the agent calls me. He goes, yo, D, he goes, there's a team that's interested. They're located in Almada, Portugal, which is right over the bridge from Lisbon, and right after that is the beach. I was like, sign me up. Yo, I didn't even ask about the money. I didn't ask about nothing. The agent said the team is located right over the bridge from Lisbon, and after that is the beach. Bro, just give me the contract. I'm there. Yo, what? I was like, that's crazy, because my goal was to get to Portugal. I didn't care where in the country. I was just trying to just get to Portugal. And I landed the team right over the bridge from Lisbon, the capital city. So boom, I ended up in Portugal, baby. So I'm gonna be real with y'all, right? For all y'all that follow me on social media, y'all see all the posts, everything I be posting about Portugal. Yo, Portugal is an amazing country. And I'm a Portugal, muito. And I'm a Portugal, right? From the basketball side, oh my, bro, I get a headache, you know what I'm saying, thinking about it. Out of everywhere I played, Portugal is definitely the worst experience basketball-wise. I'll be honest and transparent. And let's just dive into it, So I ended up in Portugal. So I took a lower contract. I could have ended up going back to Germany. And I was like, nah. Because I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm going to keep it real and honest. I knew I was slowly done with basketball. I knew that I did not want to play in cold countries anymore. And I knew when I visited Portugal, like I said, it felt like home. You know what I mean? So I was like, I got to get to Portugal, So I took a low contract. I'm in Portugal. I was playing in the 3rd division. So I get to Portugal. We'll start with the living situation. Terrible. Oh my goodness, bro. Terrible. So they put me in a housing with a teammate. I'm not going to say his name. And it was terrible. So it was, I'm trying to look, driving wise, 15, 20 minute drive from the facility, but I didn't have a car. So in Portugal, I did not have a car. So they expected the teammate that I was staying with to drive me to practices. Now, again, I'm going to keep it honest. I'm going to keep it real. They know about this teammate's behavior from previous seasons, and they still put me in that situation because there was multiple practices where he did not attend. This is not me talking smack about him. I had this conversation with him. I live with him. Why are y'all putting me in a living situation like that? You know what I'm saying? So, and then food-wise, food was a part of my contract, right? And they were like, oh, they pretty much asked the teammate, what are you gonna do about food? Oh, don't worry, I got him, you can stay with me, he can stay with me, my mom will cook. I'm like, bro, what? So I come to find, I'll get to this, but I found this out months later. But anyways, so I had to take, there's a bus, where I was staying, the bus came once every hour. So if I missed that bus, it was slow. Teammate would tell me a couple minutes before practice, I'm not going. You know what I mean? So transportation-wise, it was frustrating. It was very frustrating because, bro, I'm a man. I'm not trying to rely on other people for rides to go places, to play. You know what I'm saying? If it's not close where I can walk or take a trip, it was just annoying, So it was not stable. So that was the living situation. There was also 2 or 3 times the power went out. You know what I'm saying? This is all stuff that you don't see. So yeah. So that was a living situation. And fast forward to, I actually got injured. I forgot. The beginning of the season, I got injured. I sprained my ankle, so I was out 3 or 4 games. When I got there, I was also the only American. So I was told that the agent was like, hey, you're going to be playing with a team. You're going to be playing with another player from Georgia. I'm thinking he's talking about Atlanta, Georgia. I'm like, oh, we about to be nice. It was not Atlanta, Georgia. It was a player from the country Georgia, which is in Europe. We were also just undersized. And like I said, man, like I'll be honest and real, the overseas basketball, you're just gonna end up on teams, a lot of situations. Not every situation, I'm talking about me specifically, but a lot of players do end up on teams where you got to be the man, you got to do everything. And sometimes it just gets frustrating because you can only be as good as your locals. When I got there, I told the president straight up, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna do everything in my power to win, to get us to win. We just need bigs. We need bigs. You know, we need some additional help. Can't do everything. It's that simple. So fast forward to, I got there in August, we'll say December time after all that food was a part of my contract. They didn't have that set up when I first got there, so that was very frustrating because again, the money was low. Like that's what I realized. In Germany, I was making a lot more money, but still not a lot. I want y'all to know that these contracts that I was getting was very low money. It's enough to just get by and they cover everything. In Germany though, I didn't have food. So all my check was most of my check was pretty much going to food. You know what I'm saying? And then as a professional basketball player, you might have a practice or two a day, you have your workouts, you're not trying to be on your feet cooking all the time, and you gotta eat, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, for Portugal, I was like, yo, I need I'm not taking something without the food. I didn't have that going right away. It's frustrating. Where I was living was not accessible at first to get to a grocery store. It was a lot, bro. Like, I get a headache even just trying to explain this to y'all. I'm gonna be real. Damn. Like, just looking back, I'm like, yo, this is a lot, bro. So, finally, after like a couple weeks, they get my food situation set up. I'm end up getting food, and I'm staying in with a restaurant in Almada, and they show mad love. Yeah. So fast forward to December. I forgot what happened, but I basically got out of that living situation. What I came to find out, which pisses me off, the living situation that I went into after the first living situation I was in was where I was supposed to be. Apparently, this teammate went to the manager, was like, hey, you can have him live with me. I'll cover him with transportation, with food. That way, it was going to help him, it'll help him financially with his rent situation. With basically, you know what I'm saying? Like, rather than them paying where I was supposed to be, they're paying him, my other teammate, with that extra room. Bro, I showed up, bro. There wasn't even a bed frame. This is just the stuff you just deal with overseas. I was like, what is this, bro? So when the manager told me that, I'm like, yo, bro, why? If y'all had told me that before I flew to this country, I wouldn't have done that. Y'all, I'm not trying to lie on nobody. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all had a legit living situation for me, why are y'all listening to this dude? And they know his behavior. They're talking smack about him, etc. So I'm like, yo, bro, it was just unorganized. Everything about the club, the situation was just unorganized. It was frustrating. They messed up my whole visa situation. To this day, I'm saying this now, a year after I played last year. So a year after, I'm still dealing with that situation. I can't even speak on it right now. So yeah. So anyways, I move into the new living situation. I'm living with the girl that played for the girls team, and I'm also living with my boy. So here's what ended up happening. The other player that they had, he went back to Georgia. He took another contract. So I was the only American. I was like, bro, I can't do this. So I hit up my boy Day, the one that I played with in Malta, and I was like, yo, if you don't have anything, here's a situation. I was honest with him and raw about everything up front. That's another thing too. A lot of these agents, these teams, they're not gonna be honest with you about everything, because then you probably just wouldn't go, and so I was honest and I told him everything about how it was, everything, and he pretty much was just like, he was like, yeah, I'll do it. I'm like, word. So he came through. It was great to have my mans out there with me. Love you, Daddy. Like, it was great. So he got out there, so we were living in that situation, the new housing situation, and it was way better. It was a 10-minute walk from the stadium 10-minute walk from the restaurant where I ate. I was chilling. I didn't have to rely on anybody now. The first game in that new apartment I was staying, your boy dropped 34. Because I was just rested. I didn't have to travel as much. I didn't have to do X, Y, Z, man. So it was just, yeah. So anyways, so that was that. That was Portugal. And so fast forward to the end of the season, we are saying now, we'll say this is May. So remember, I got there in August 2021. This is May 2022. Basically, this is what happened. Honest and transparent. We lost the game that we should have won. We were in a position where we're not going to make the playoffs. If we were to make the playoffs, losing that game, teams would have had to have lost. Like, it was basically damn near impossible. Here's how it works in the overseas world. When you get out there, especially the first 3 months, when you get out there, as an American, you have 3 months in the country, right? Sometimes they won't even give you your full visa, the full 8-month visa, because after 3 months, if you're losing, injury, whatever, they're just gonna send you back. You know, my whole visa situation, I told them to get it. Because of COVID, they're like, oh, it's on pause. You're fine, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right. I'm locked into my season. I'm not thinking about that. My other countries I've played in, I had visas. I never had to deal with that. So fast forward to May, we weren't about to make the playoffs. We get a text from the manager, hey, can you and Dave come into the office a week later? So me and Dave, we come into the office, and then he was like, yo, here's the situation. Basically, long story short, we had to go. It's just that simple. the team went bankrupt. We had 2 months left. We weren't going to get paid the last 2 months. They couldn't afford the housing situation. Messed up the whole visa situation. We basically had to go. This is crap that you deal with in overseas ball. It's business. It is what it is, you know? But again, this is the side you don't see. So basically we had 3 days because the whole situation of the visa and everything, to leave the country. So again, I'm in another situation now where I have to get up and leave and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all probably say, well, why didn't you just go back? Well, that's what everybody would done. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just keep going forward. Because if you put your mind set on the only position you can go is forward, that's what you're going to do, you know? So